just a little bit of called Lost Indian, which is kind of the precursor to a song called Cherokee Shuffle. Lost Indian, old traditional tune. Okay, so I want to talk today about sliding, and I've been listening to some things I've been recording, and this is how it works. You listen and you're like, oh, I really like the sound of that, or oh, I've fallen off in this area, or I don't like the sound I'm making here, okay? And so one thing I've been noticing is I don't like the sound of my slides right now. And so I need to be working on sliding. And so I'm going to give you some tips about sliding that I've discovered over the years on how to make the slides better. And then I'm going to work on it myself, okay? So here's the deal with sliding, is that when you're sliding from a lower note to a higher note, you have to try to erase the middle note. Okay, so here I'm sliding from A to B, and I've got to erase the middle note, which means I've got to move my finger pretty quick. Still has to be in time. So if I'm, let's see, sliding a quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm still trying to be in time, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now, so slide quick enough to erase the middle note. All right, now the next thing is you slide into the fret as if it's a brick wall and you are a crash test dummy. So slide, if you just barely make it into the fret, you might get a buzz. Okay, so you slide until you feel the fret and you get a better sound. Okay, the squeaks, I don't really know how to eliminate the squeaks when sliding other than to maybe buy coated strings. I haven't really ever figured out how to not squeak. Okay, so the next thing I would say is when you're sliding from a higher note to a lower note, all you have to do is barely make it over the fret. You don't play all the way to the back of the fret because it will sound buzzy. Okay, so trying to get the most clear sounds. If you hear a buzz, like there's a buzz, like a little sizzle, like bacon sizzling. I don't want that. That tells me I have to slide on the way up, right into the fret, on the way down, just over the fret. Okay? At this point, my finger hurts. You gotta have good calluses for this. I'll try a little lick here. Okay? Let's see what happens when I slide too slow. You can hear the middle note and you hear a little buzz. I don't want that zing. I want. All right, so I have to practice sliding in time. The other thing, on eighth note slides, you have to miss a pick stroke. So if the pick strokes are this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Every time I slide, I literally do this. 1 and 2. I hit nothing. And this is one of the secrets to keeping momentum in bluegrass guitar. Well, you have to practice that if you're going to do it. I'm exaggerating it so you can see it. So, do people actually do that? Yep. Yep. Is it as prominent as I'm doing it now? No, you hardly will see it. But is Brian Sutton actually doing that? Yeah, he's doing something like that. He's making some sort of motion when he misses, or when during a slide or a hammer-on. It's not as dramatic as I'm doing it, but it's something like that. Is David Greer actually doing that? Yeah, it's something like that. It may not be as dramatic as that, but he's matching some kind of motion when you have a slide. That's how you keep the momentum going. Okay, so some tips on sliding. Let's say I'll improvise our way out of here with one more take on Lost Indian.